Hey guys, Boomer here. February 23rd, first ride of the season. Was able to get out, not to say that it hasn't been warm enough earlier in the month or even some in January, but I do have an issue where I live, and it's the roads. Let me get up here and I will show you what I mean. There you go. Dirt and gravel roads. Come around this way, dirt and gravel roads. And of course they turn into mud. Mud freezes. Actually the water freezes. And you just can't get out. It might warm up into the 40s, but the roads are still ice. And and even my driveway. Let me show you the edge of my driveway. And I don't know if you can tell or not, but my driveway actually goes up. Oh, it probably rises about 18 inches, 2 feet, as you go up onto the main road. And there are times when it snows or it's icy and the front wheels on my Escape, it's a front wheel drive, will just spin, and we have to get like kitty litter or something and throw it on there to get some traction to be able to get the car up onto the road. And we keep it shoveled as best we can when it snows. Now my wife, her Mariner is a four-wheel drive, so she doesn't have any problem at all getting out. But hey, this is January and February here in Michigan. It is what it is, right? And the funny thing is, when we bought this house back in 1995, we didn't even know it was a dirt and gravel road, because we came and looked at it in February. Everything was frozen over, and we didn't know it wasn't a paved road. Surprise, surprise. And long about, when it starts to warm up, March into April, it really just turns into mud. What a mess. A lot of potholes, and they come in, they grade the road now and again, put the calcium chloride down, keep the dust down. Still dirt and gravel roads. Anyway, there she is. There's the intruder, Black Betty. Took her out today. And let me show you something here. Now, you guys will remember that my riding buddy, my best friend Wayne, passed away not quite a month ago. Stomach cancer. And he was cremated. And I asked his wife and his daughter for permission to take just a very small amount of his cremated remains. And the reason I did that is here on my bike, you can see it, this little motorcycle. Well, that's actually cremation jewelry. And inside of this little motorcycle is that little bit of cremated remains of Wayne. Kind of like when I ride, a piece of him is still riding with me. I do miss him. We had some big rides planned for this year. We took quite a few rides last year. And it's funny, we went out, one of the things we wanted to see was the hippie tree. And we couldn't find it. And we found everything else we were looking for, the old-time gas station, and the Mini Mac, which is a miniature replica of the Mackinac Bridge. Had lunch in Alma. Anyway, we did what we wanted to do, but we could not find the hippie tree. So Wayne says, well, it sounds like another trip. And it would have been. It's probably almost 90 miles away, one way. I'll make that trip, and it'll be in honor of Wayne, and I will find the hippie tree. And at any rate, but first ride today, and you can see there's still a good bit of snow still around, but temperatures got into the mid to upper 40s today, and that's not something I was going to pass up. So I was able to get the bike out, and boy is she muddy. I don't think there's salt. I don't think salt's the issue right now, but boy is she muddy. But that's what happens when you live on dirt roads. Once I got out onto the paved roads, man, beautiful. Loved it. I did about 65 miles today, I will say. No place in particular, I just rode. It's going to get dark here probably 20 minutes, 25 minutes or so. And I'll get Black Betty put away. I filled up the gas tank because we're going to go back into the 20s, maybe even the upper teens. I mean, it is only February 23rd. So it's going to get cold again. So I'm going to treat the gas that I put in her today. And it had treated gas in it. So the gas that's in the carbs is treated. And it's not going to get so cold, or she's not going to sit so long that that's going to be an issue. Of course, if it was the beginning of winter and I was winterizing, I would absolutely drain the carb bowls. I would, and this is what I do with my other bikes when I winterize them. I shut the petcock off, and then I fire it up and let her run until all the gas is gone out of the carbs, and I pull the choke out and keep cranking and cranking until I get all that gas out of there. Then I open up the drains on the bottom of the bowls and I drain out all the gas, so there's no gas in the carbs, and that's what you want to do. You don't want to let gas sit in your carburetor over winter, even if it's treated gas. You don't want to do that. So that's what I do. But with Black Betty here, I ride as much as I can. And it's interesting that last year, the only month that I did not ride at all last year was February. This year, 2020, the only month I did not ride was January. And again, it's not to say that there weren't some days that were warm enough to ride, because I have the gear, and if it's mid-30s, I'll get out there and ride if the roads are clear. The problem back where I live, and we're not actually rural, but we're certainly not suburban. We're somewhere between suburban and rural. We're out in the country, and we have dirt and gravel roads, and the problem is getting out to the roads. And I know anybody that lives on a dirt and gravel road will understand what I'm saying. But I was not able to ride in January this year, but I know I'm going to do quite a bit of riding in March. I should say, like my father always said, good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. So that's my plan, is to do quite a bit of riding starting in March. And then in May, my wife and I, now March 16th, Mrs. Boomer and I will be together 40 years. Just unbelievable. And then that's March 16th. May 16th will be our 39th wedding anniversary. So we're going to celebrate. We're going to take a week, and we're going to tour the Thumb of Michigan. And somebody said, man, you can ride through the Thumb in a day. That'll be a long day. But speed is not what we're after here. We're going to visit a lot. Going to English words mean things. We're going to visit lighthouses, the Port Huron Nature Walk. There's some state park up near Bad Axe, Michigan that has petroglyphs, lighthouses, fun center up in the tip of the thumb. So we're going to find all the interesting places to stay, and we're going to take 4 or 5 days on the bike. We're not going to camp because there's really not room on the bike for tents, sleeping bags, and all that stuff. So we're going to be staying in hotel rooms every night, and we're going to here we go again, and not that I'm a grammar Nazi. What's that shirt say? The t-shirt says, inside I'm secretly correcting your grammar. I was honors English, and I made a living for a little while speaking. I was a pastor. But at any rate, in May, we're going to take a week, and we're going to go travel the Thumb of Michigan and visit all the interesting sites. So I will let you guys know, take some video, do some posts from that trip, and both of us are very, very much looking forward to making this trip in May. So anyway, counting the days until we make that. Anyway, February 23rd right now. Tomorrow is Monday, and back to the grind. And who knows when I'll be able to ride again, because like I said, it's supposed to get colder again. But we'll see. We'll see. We got, I don't know, a week or 2 weeks? Probably 2 weeks. 2 weeks before we spring forward, which means that it won't be getting dark until well after 7:15, and then the days are going to get longer after that. So if I'm not able to ride in the morning, when I get home from work, I certainly should be able to hop on the bike and take a ride after work. So that would be my hope, my plan, to get as many miles as I can. I don't know how many miles I average a year between the bikes. 8,000, I'm going to guess, maybe more. When I can, the motorcycle is my primary means of transportation to and from work and so forth and so on. The cage is just for when it's winter time and when I can't take the bike. At least that is the hope and the plan, to be able to ride as much as possible. I really would like to do the motorcycle challenge, where you ride nothing for 30 days except your motorcycle, to work, to the store, doctor's appointments, wherever you have to go. For 30 days, the only vehicle you ride is your motorcycle. So I'm going to try and take that challenge, and we'll see how that works out. Doesn't matter, rain, it doesn't matter. You ride your motorcycle for 30 days. So that's what I hope to do, take that challenge. At any rate, I just wanted to touch base with everybody. Lori's at work right now. Mrs. Boomer is at work, and I stopped there for dinner I guess about an hour ago, one of my stops. But it was just a fun day to be able to get back into the saddle again. A bit of a somber day, first ride out, kind of a tribute to my buddy Wayne. And I still hope to be able to do the kind of a review on his bike, that 1985 Honda V65 Magna. Would really love to be able to do that. I don't know if I'll be able to. I would have really loved if he could have done it, and that was the plan, to have him do it. But at any rate, until next time, ride safe, ride often, and we'll see you then. Bye for now.